All right, John, we are live.
Yes.
And this is episode number 107 on Listen Up, Santa Paula.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, you like that voice?
Yeah.
Santa Paula.
I've been hearing a lot of you lately.
I know you have.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, it's been tweaked, though. It's, yeah. So we always open up the show with there's a lot going on in Santa Paula,
Correct.
which I don't think we need to say anymore because everybody knows there's a lot going on in Santa Paula.
Every week there's
Every
something
week.
going on.
Every week we look at the list and we go, holy cow, there's a lot going on in Santa Paula.
And we always miss something because there's too much to talk about.
I don't miss anything.
Really?
You're the one with the schedule and the list of what's going on.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I'm just here to be the pretty face.
I know.
All right. And speaking of which, we will get to it right after this.
Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm.com.
There's so much going on in your community that even in this age of information, it's tough to keep up. This show will help. It's all about what's new, what's happening, and what's out there. So if you're ready, sit back and listen up, Santa Paula.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready.
I'm always ready.
Hey, did you know the draft is on our opening segment? They're like the only business that actually has their name listed.
I know.
I think we should get some credit for that. Maybe free lunch.
Free lunch. Yours is easy. Remember that.
I know.
Yeah,
it is easy.
Hardly any ingredients to that one.
Yeah. So I told you about this new program I'm going through, right?
Yeah.
Getting S ? Exclamation point and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's called Getting S Together.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been spending a lot of time going through things, and I put some budgets together, and in the process of doing that, you kind of look back on your life.
Mm-hmm.
And there are three things that I think I've learned very valuable lessons on.
Okay.
One, if you have a dream, don't go to the top of the bar. So we had this dream about the House of Magic.
Yeah.
And the very first thing we did was a 25,000 square foot building to build a Norman Rockwell village on the interior.
Yep. We've talked about that many times.
We should have started with a much lower bar, gotten ourselves established, and built up to that. Instead, we started at the top and then we brought the bar down.
Yeah.
So the other thing is, don't look for other people to be your savior.
Yep. And we're seeing that happening in other areas right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
There are two things that I've done. Well, there's more than that, but there's two major things that I've done because of the result of looking for somebody else to save us.
Mm-hmm.
When I was with Logos, we brought on another partner who had a business that was actually failing.
Mm-hmm.
And he somehow convinced me that we needed him more than he needed us.
Yeah.
And we basically gave him all the cards instead of saying, no, we're in control. One of the things that, it's funny because there are some people who have your best interest in mind.
Yes.
But there's an overwhelming majority of people who have their interest in mind first.
Mm-hmm.
And if you happen to benefit from it, so be it.
That happens a lot.
A lot.
Especially right now.
Way too much.
I think it happens more when you see where, financial, how things are tough right now. You see all these people just going out there and trying to grab everything they can.
Oh, yeah.
You see a lot of that. I think more now than ever. I mean, there's always people trying to sell you things and get you to do things. And it's like, they're not in your best interest. They're going to help you, but it's like, no, they're helping themselves.
First and foremost, it's going to be it's like these advertising agencies. Oh, you spend $500 with us and we're going to bring all these links to you and all this other kind of stuff because we care about your business and we want to see you grow. And it's like, no, you want the advertising dollars.
And they throw these ridiculous numbers of viewership or whoever they're partnered with, and like with magazine sales.
Yep.
That we have so many magazines we put out every month or whatever. It's like, yeah, but how many people actually pick them up and read them?
Right.
You don't know. You'll never know.
No.
Where social media, you get a little more analytics there, but for other things, and this happens everywhere. I always get people coming in and talking to me about that, and like, or people members will call me and say, "Hey, is this a good idea?" I'm like, we got to talk about this, because there's tons of people trying to come at our, especially small business. They prey on them.
Oh yeah,
Prey on a lot of them.
We had a business come in that charged us $5,000 a month, and they were going to go out and do all this development. They were going to bring in all this money and stuff like that. And I said, we can't afford the $5,000 a month. And it's like, yeah, but we're going to make this happen. We're going to make this happen. And as soon as we signed the deal, the first 3 weeks of that first month, the guy was completely absent. He didn't respond to emails. He didn't do this. He was off, bringing his son to college.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing all this legwork. And it's like, dude, what the heck? What happened to all this? Yeah. What happened to all this promise and everything like that?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, he was out there to serve himself. Mm-hmm. And, of course, there's never any promise we're going to get you money. But we're going to charge you a bunch of money to make that no promise.
Yeah. And it happens everywhere all the time. Every day people are facing that stuff, and a lot of times some of our small businesses, they have no clue how to handle that, because they come in with a big talk and they're showing you all these graphs and everything. And it's a lot of it's BS. It really is.
Now, I strongly believe that there are people out there who have other people's interest in mind.
There is.
And I'm one of those people.
Really? No. Okay. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow.
Yes, you are. You are.
How much stuff have I done for you guys for free?
Oh, you've done quite a bit. No.
Right?
Yes.
And so, I'm always sometimes to a fault.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I do need to look out for me.
And we've talked about that.
Yes.
Sometimes, hey, you need to, don't give away so much stuff for free,
And it's like, you got to think about. And so sometimes that can be to a fault, but at the same time, if I'm going to do anything, it's going to be something that's going to be beneficial to the both of us.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be one-sided.
You look at the big picture of, because if you help somebody and they're doing well, that helps you in the long run.
Right.
We do that as a chamber too. It's like, we go and help the entire community with the hopes that they invest in us, because they know we're providing good value to the community.
Right.
And some people believe it, some people don't, and that's fine. But there are all these other chambers in other areas, not here in Ventura County, but they go out, and unless you pay them, they don't do any services for you. So is that really serving your community?
Right.
Where we've, at some point our chamber was that way years and years ago, and we've changed it now where we help a community. And if you're a member, great, we help you with other things, but the hopes is helping everybody, and then they invest in us. We got to provide value.
You did that with a mechanic.
Yeah.
I needed somebody who could take a look at something, not gouge me, and do it fast. And you referred me to a local business that was not a chamber member.
Yeah.
And it was the right business to go to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And at some point, we've always hoped that they would become a member, but yet again, in turn, they support other things in the community. They support Little League. They support softball. They donate to a lot of other places. So as long as they're connected with the community, I mean, that's fine. And maybe at some point they come back and come to us. But as long as I know that they're actually helping support the community in general, I mean, that's good. That's what we want. We want businesses to get involved.
Right.
And so, everybody's got their avenues that they go in, and that's fine, but as me too. I mean, we're here to help the community grow as a whole, and we're hoping that we get the benefit later on.
Right.
And
obviously you got to survive.
Yeah.
But at the same token, and what's sad is because you have to approach everything with, keep in mind, they're looking out for their best interest first.
Yes.
And you're going to get any of the crumbs that happen to come by. So the people that are legitimately coming through end up getting burned by that, because everybody's out, watching their back.
Yeah.
But in today's society, that's kind of what you have to do. You got to watch your own back, because very few people got it for you.
And we're trying to educate our not just our members, but the community too. It's like, watch out for these type of people, because right now you see how the economy is. It's not going to get any better anytime soon.
Nope.
And people have very limited budgets right now. And, we talked about partnerships with marketing and other things that we're doing, but better that we become a larger group this way and we share resources, and that's going to help them too. We're doing that with the tourism bureau, we're doing it with downtown, and we're doing it with other things, and it's like we're better off partnering together and share the risk, because there's very limited resources out there, but there's people that are constantly preying on them. Oh yeah, invest in this magazine, put an ad in here, and it's $3,000 and it's for 3 months, but yet again, it's not even their target who they're going for. It's some other magazine that may not be, their people are going to come and shop with them or something, so,
Right.
So it's just educating them, providing the information for them to make a good decision.
I have a good example of how I would operate over how somebody else operates. So we are trying to break into the wedding market and doing video production, stuff like that. So there's a Wedding Wire and The Knot happen to be the two biggest online organizations for people who are looking to, have a wedding. They have tons of resources. There's tons of people advertising in it. And so she came along and she's like, how much business do you want? And I said, I'd love to get 2 or 3 weddings a month, at least 2. And she's like, oh, well, we get 90 million clicks every single month. We'll be able to send you more business than you're going to be able to take. So I said, okay. Now she knew that we didn't have any weddings. So going into this, what she should have said to me was, go out, get a wedding underneath your belt so you have content, because if you don't have a video to show them, nobody's going to hire you.
Which we've had a discussion
Yes.
about it recently. Yeah.
And so we've paid 7 months into this, $200 and something a month. And we've had leads, but 0 weddings. And so the right thing for them to do, which would have made me a long time customer, is to say, these are the things you need to get in place before you start advertising with us. Go out, do that, and then come back. And man, I would have advertised with them in a heartbeat.
Just a checklist of here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because with all that experience and everything underneath their belt, there is no way they didn't know that by me not having a video, that nobody would hire.
They're salespeople. They just want the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my approach would have been exactly that. Hey, look, you don't have this stuff in place. Statistics have shown that if you don't have this, people are going to go to another vendor who does.
Yeah. They want to see the work. It's visual. They want to
Right.
see what you're doing.
And I went into it thinking, well, we have movies and other things that we've done, so I can show it, but they still want that wedding. And so as a result, we've spent $1,500, probably a little more, on ads that have done absolutely nothing for us. And it's $1,500 as a small business we didn't have.
Yeah.
We were banking on the business to come in to offset that, and it hasn't.
Yeah.
So, and it's a 1-year commitment, which, by the way, they're now looking for their 8th payment, which they aren't going to get.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
So, but yeah, so that's the difference. If somebody's looking out for you, they're going to look out for you.
Yeah.
If somebody's just out there for the advertising dollars, they're going to sell you a bill of sales to convince you that whether you're ready or not, this is what you got to be doing.
They're not looking at the big picture.
Yeah.
It's just now. And a lot of those are probably working on commission.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the more they bring in, the more they make.
It's like Yelp, the mob of advertising.
Hey, I was a salesman in my previous career, and I was on commission, and I go out there and I was a selling fool, just trying to get it because I was looking out for my best interest too.
Right.
That's just, so I know both sides of it,
What I don't understand though is it's like, I guess there are some companies that are so big, like Yelp, that they don't care if they burn you. Because to me, it's like, well, I want to establish a long-term relationship. I don't want to sell you on this one thing, have you get all ticked off at me, and then never come back. And these bigger businesses, it's like, yeah, let's just turn over the revenue. We don't, so these people are never going to come. We got millions over here, so let's just keep it turning.
Similar to these, company like Amazon and all these other big companies, it's like when they lose things and, you have to return things, it's not a big deal to them because they're turning over so much volume. They could take the hit on. There's a percentage of loss that they have every year, and most of them come way under that.
Yeah.
So they know, Sometimes you return, they're like, don't just throw it away. We don't even want it sent back. It costs us more to send it back.
I bought $600 of lavaliers, and I said, these things are junk. They're poorly made, and it's not really what was advertised. So I want to send them back so I can get these other ones.
Mhm.
And the guy was like, yeah, just keep them and go ahead and order the other. We'll give you a credit and you go order the other ones. I'm like, you want me to, what do I do with them? And he's like, donate them, give them away, throw them away, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like, wow. I mean, that's $600.
Show how much the markup is on all that stuff.
Oh, I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a different world right now with some of these things.
It is.
But
yeah. And retail is slowly dying away.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you that it's going to be the small business retails that are going to survive it.
Mm-hmm.
So
what you're starting to see, that these big companies are starting to fall by the wayside.
Yeah, inventory is not there. And
yeah, I was in a business yesterday, and local business here, chain store, walk in, and the store's empty, completely empty of products. Every shelf, everywhere you turn, they're empty. So I asked them at the register, I'm like, are you guys doing, because then when they do that, they reset the store, move things around. Like, no, we just haven't gotten inventory in. And I'm like, oh, it's like almost the entire store shelves are empty. And I'm like, well, how can you conduct business like this? But being a large chain, they probably have some inventory issues. You know?
And they're probably moving it all towards online.
Yeah. So it's, a lot of these stores they have hundreds of stores across the country. And it's just like, it's probably cost them a fortune with inventory. And, if they work on a fiscal year, guess what?
Yeah.
Next week's the end of the fiscal year. So they're probably watching their dollars, and they'll restock again in July, but it hurts the consumer, because you go in there looking for something, it's not there. Then what do? You go online and buy it.
Right. And everything used to be crammed. When you looked at their display cases, It was like all crammed together. Now it's all set up where it's like, this item has a nice big space around it, and this one has a nice big,
but your inventory down. That's millions of dollars for these companies, and they can trim a few $1 million off their bottom line there. Hey, it's the way to do it. It's bonus time. That's why for these businesses. So,
all right, we're looking out for ourselves again.
Yeah, exactly. so that's where you go to the small business, because there's more in it for them. And they can provide you better service. They have very unique things that you can buy better. Overall, they're there not just for their interest, but they're there for the community, because that's how they survive. So it's just a different mentality. So we always encourage support your local businesses in any community.
I went to a drive-through the other day, and then we'll get onto because I know there's a lot to talk about what's going on. I went to the drive-through the other day, and the woman opened up the window. And I handed her the card. She did not look at me. She was talking to a friend of hers, took the card, scanned it, handed the receipt out, still did not make eye contact, took the bag, handed me the bag. Not once did she make eye contact with me. Not once.
Oh.
And it's like, okay, apparently I don't matter much.
Similar to what I had last week, or I was telling you about my story too. It's interesting. They don't teach customer service anymore. It on that level, and it's just it's sad that you see that, because a lot of those are customer oriented businesses.
Somebody was telling me that they don't call it soft skills anymore because it's too offensive or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a term for it. I've always known as soft skills.
Yeah. We're old school. Yeah. It's a pound sign, not a hashtag.
There's something about old school. We're still relevant in our society.
We are.
When everything else around us collapses, we're the only one that's going to know how to make a fire out of 2 sticks.
Yeah.
So
exactly. All right, John. So we got a full calendar. So what's going on?
Yes. This is a big week for the community. This next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, really, when you look at it.
John, we've already established there is always something going on in Santa Paula, but it's always a big week.
Additional big things going on. So
additional
from what we normally do.
Okay.
This Sunday there's at Palazzo there's a Pride event. One Step Alves and several other organizations are putting this on. So it runs from, I think it's 11 to 1 o'clock. And it's a free event. They're inviting people to come in. You can look on It's on the city websites, on the chamber website, the calendar section. You can look at it. It's got all the details there. Next week, and do you have a magic show this week?
It's on the Heritage Valley website too.
Heritage Valley website too.
Yeah.
So
no, last week was our magic show.
So then next week we have a listening session from the County of Ventura. They want to talk about getting some feedback from the community about disaster, how needs for any, if there's a disaster for like seniors and people maybe that have disabilities and stuff, and what kind of, they're trying to put a plan together. So they want to hear what some of the needs for the community. So that's happening Wednesday night. That's at the train station. If you go on the city website, it's on their chamber website also. You can sign up. You just have to, it's free. You just register. They're hoping to get about 25 to 50 people there.
By the way, I was watching a movie. It was called Aloha on Tubi last night, and an ad came up, and it was for the train cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
In Santa Paula.
All right.
It was all in Spanish, but I saw the depot and I saw the train cars and I understood Santa Paula.
Yeah. Do you like Tubi?
Huh?
Do you like Tubi?
Well, there's some movies that they show it on there for free. You got to deal with the commercials, but
yeah,
I saw the commercial for the train.
I've been on that. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
So, and then Thursday morning we're going to do a coffee with the cops. It's from 8 to 10 o'clock. It's going to be at El Capricho restaurant on Main Street. Opportunity to go to have a conversation with the chief, some officers. You have a lot of new officers, so it's a good chance to come and grab a cup of coffee, maybe grab some breakfast from El Capricho, and just have a conversation with the cops.
When is this?
It's next Thursday, the 27th,
from
8 to 10 o'clock.
So if you're going to rob a bank, that's the time to do it.
Easy there.
I know.
Easy there. Easy. Well, there's the bank's right there, so you're not going to get very far if you try and do that. There's 3 banks within a block. So
you ever
go
see
ahead,
that?
try it. Yeah.
You ever see that movie where the guy comes in to rob this restaurant and it's like all police officers?
Yeah.
Like, dude, seriously?
Yeah. Well, they're not really, a lot of them aren't smart, in that sense, and then Saturday and Sunday, the 28th or 29th and 30th, we have our Citrus Music Festival. And that's going to be at Veterans Park. Starts at noon both days.
So that's 2 weeks from now.
That's a week from this Saturday.
From this Saturday.
Yeah, it's already coming up. It's been
I know.
fast.
Oh, that's right. This is Wednesday.
I know.
Holy cow.
So, but yeah, on Saturday, we have all English music. It's going to be 3 local bands from Santa Paula. And then we have a headliner, Full Clip, from San Fernando Valley, who've done a lot of our events before. And Gold Coast Radio is one of our sponsors with it too. And then we also have on Sunday, we have a full lineup of Mexican music. And Radio Lauser, a local radio station, is actually hosting this, and they're putting it on. They're bringing in different mariachis and bandas and you name it. So it'll be a great weekend for families. $5 to get in. Can't beat that, So we have vendors, we have food trucks. We're going to have some, hopefully we're still working on some kids things that we're going to have, but it's cool. You bring your chairs out, you just come and enjoy the music for the day.
So you bring your own chairs.
Yeah, we'll bring your own chairs and stuff too. So it's more lawn seating, like, when you're going out for like a concert in the park type.
Bring a blanket.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So no canopies and stuff like that. So, and the weather should be good. It should be in the mid 80s. So it's going to be really cool. But the way it sits in the park, with all the tall trees that are right there on Mill Street, there's going to be a lot of shade by the time we actually start. You'll get the shade. So we're not going to be people won't be directly in the sun.
Good.
But it's good. You have the backdrop of the mountains. So it's kind of cool. So it's our 4th time doing this. And we're
first time in the park
now. So we learned a lot from last year's County 150th party to have it in there. It's a little bit smaller than we did last year. We're not closing one additional street, but it's going to be a little more intimate type thing. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. Hopefully the community will come out and support it too.
Nice.
What better way you can spend 8 hours there on $5?
Right.
And
have a huge variety of food by the different food
a
trucks.
little bit shopping, and just you can dance the night away. So Saturday.
Are they going to be playing that song?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe you want to get up there and sing?
No.
Okay. But anyway, so we got that, and then the following week we have Cruise Night, 4th of July, the drone show that's coming up. That's first. The drone show on the 4th. It's Thursday, and that's going to be at Harding Park. Since there is no fireworks, they decided to do a drone show, no fault of the city or anybody else, but just these companies that are doing the fireworks, they're canceling in a lot of these cities. So you're seeing a lot of them doing some alternative stuff. So the city was fortunate to work with the Rotary Club, and they got opportunity with this company to do drones. So
I'm more excited about the fact that there's going to be a drone show than a fireworks show.
yeah, and you're starting to see a lot of places do that now, and they say it's more environmentally friendly and all that stuff. I mean, you still like a good fireworks show, but this is going to be different, and they can kind of customize it to the community. So I think they're doing that. Like some of the ballparks are doing that, and I think the X Games, which is also next weekend, the same weekend we have our event, I think they do a drone show the day before it opens. Downtown Ventura. So they're, and I don't know about the fair that's coming up, in a month, but they maybe, I don't know if they're doing fireworks or they're doing drone shows too. So a lot of companies are starting to move into our organizations.
Yeah.
It's not any cheaper. It's the same.
No, I mean, you got to put out about 250, 300 drones to do this. So
and then it's the programming of it and all that.
Oh, yeah.
That's what takes a lot of time, but it's something new for the city. I don't know how you can view it throughout the whole community, how that works, but because you used to be able to see it from probably about 70% of the city. So we'll see how it goes.
I'll bet you they're going to be up there as high as the fireworks.
I would hope so.
So
yeah,
they have to stay under 400 feet.
Yeah. So I don't know how they worked all that out. It's near an airport, so I don't know how that works too. So they had to probably get permission for that.
They probably well, do any of the planes take off at night?
No.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, so it's at the airport's closed down at dusk.
Yeah.
And then so the very next day of Friday is cruise night. That's our July edition. That starts at 5:30. We're starting a half hour later this year, this summer. So that runs 5:30 to 8. While music from 5:30 till 7:30. And then there's going to be vendors over at Anna Cider. There's going to be, music probably in a couple other places. Capriccio will have music and an event there. So there's a lot of things that are going to be going on in downtown that day. And it's a holiday weekend, so I'm sure we're going to get a huge crowd out there. Writing it down for me so you remember?
I need to update the calendar because the calendar says 5 to.
Yeah, we changed the time for this. And then you didn't get the memo? Jesus.
No.
Okay. I don't think you're on the list. And then also the Sunday after the 7th is the first Sunday of the month. So
for the museums,
airport, art and agriculture museum. So free events going on that during those times too. So
and don't forget during the summer months and whenever you're coming out to any of these months, you can enjoy a really cool escape room.
Yes, there's escape rooms going on. Theater Center is going to be having some stuff coming up as well.
Yep, they're starting their women in Jeopardy.
Yes, yeah,
it's a new tongue. I just had it installed.
Keep practicing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of things happening. A lot of businesses are if you haven't been to downtown lately, go downtown, during the summer. It's kind of cool. You walk around, get some food. There's a lot of great restaurants, a lot of great shopping. A lot of these businesses have kind of changed things for the summer. A lot more stuff, there's summertime attires and whatever they do. But we were just in Santa Paula Trading, for example, and they've got a lot of cool new stuff.
Yeah.
Littlefield's next to it's got a lot of cool new stuff. A lot of these stores have changed things around because they know it's tourist season. So if you haven't been downtown for a while, go downtown, go shop, help support. You can't get any better customer service than visiting a small business.
We spent Father's Day lunch at Gunsmoke Barbecue.
Nice.
So
yeah,
they wanted some nice barbecue.
Yeah, we were.
Guess what I had?
What'd you have?
Pizza.
Of course. Well, we were just right next to you. We were at El Capriccio for breakfast.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Went on there for breakfast.
Okay.
So yeah, and it was great to see all the restaurants were packed.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's our community does a great job supporting, and we ask to continue to support. Support the chamber, what we do, support what you're doing here. So, and on top of that, I would like to say we did hire a new employee this week. I don't want to forget about that. I'm going to put her on the spot a little bit here.
Okay.
So we were fortunate to be able to hire another person, Santa Paula person here. So she is with us. So I know she doesn't want to be on camera.
Did we get her to say at least a hello?
Yeah, she could say hello. Her name is Carla Solis. So
hi, hello.
Yeah. So she's going to be helping us with the implementation of the Isabella project early childhood education program that we're doing. We're working with the Ventura County Community Foundation in the city and other groups, school district, to educate our businesses on the opportunity for early childhood education. So she's going to be working on that. She's going to also be working with the downtown businesses and doing some stuff like that. Some of our membership, putting some of our smaller events together as well. So she's going to be doing a lot. So hopefully it takes a little bit off my plate so I can continue to do some other things as well.
So, Isabella.
Yes, thank you for inviting me. I'm going to be the Latino translation here, so I'm very excited to work here. Thank you both.
Yeah,
that's cool because I oftentimes need a translator. So,
yeah, so she's gonna be doing translation for us and making. We're trying to get connected more with a lot of our small Latino businesses that to find out what they need too, because as we're talking about getting tough, a lot of times they don't seek some assistance, or maybe they need something they don't know where to turn. So Carla's role is going to be to go out and talk with them as well, see what they need. We can come back to the city or any other organization that, hey, they may need some assistance in whether it's business training or other things like that. So
I just realized I called you Isabella from the Isabella Project.
Yeah. See how she handled that? She ignored you,
Yeah,
which
she
is
did.
good. So she's already caught on.
She's already learned.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to invite all the community to listen to the next postcard. So I have to say something in Spanish too, so people can to listen us, okay?
Yeah.
Quisiera invitar a toda la comunidad latina de Santa Paula a que nos escuchen la próxima semana en este podcast. Vamos a estar hablando también en español para si ustedes tienen alguna duda, se integren a nuestra comunidad, conozcan lo que es la Cámara de Comercio aquí en Santa Paula y tengan una idea de cuál es nuestro trabajo que queremos implementar. Queremos la mejora para la comunidad y pues bienvenidos sean todos. Thank you.
Like that, huh?
I kind of like how Spanish just rolls.
Oh.
We have improv on the first Friday of every month, and we did a show. And there's several Hispanic people, and 3 of them are like really fluent in it. And so they did a scene in Spanish. And even though a lot of the people had no idea what they were saying, people were laughing because it was just really cool to watch them interact in Spanish and things. And, one person was angry, another person was like really happy. And so they were doing all these different personalities when they were interacting. And it was like, the audience really dug it.
Well, we have to improve these new skills. And we want to people feel that are connected with us.
Sure.
So this is our new goal.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're gonna film some of the videos in Spanish.
We're going to do some more Did You Know videos and then some even the chamber updates. So between myself, Carla, and some of our management fellows also that will come in. And so we're starting to build a great team, to start doing some of this stuff as well.
So, Carla, how do you feel about being in front of a camera?
Good.
All right. So what is your background?
Right now, I am learning. I'm still learning. I feel nervous because this is the first time that I have here. And this question, maybe I feel like shy right now.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't know. I have to get used to it, but I'm okay.
Good.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I know we're looking forward to having you work with us and stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, she
Thank
lives.
you.
She just recently moved back to Santa
Yes.
Paula.
Oh, nice.
So she's got a well-rounded background of different things.
Yes.
And what did you graduate? What did you do?
My life I've been traveling between Mexico and USA for many years. I studied in Mexico at Michoacan University of San Nicolas. So I went here because half of my family has been living here for a long time. I was living alone over there in Mexico, so my family was telling me, "Hey, you have to come here. You have to come here." And okay, I was a teacher at Mexico, and after that, I have 7 months here in the USA.
Nice.
So all for me, this is new, and I'm trying to get in adapt, and I'm really happy to be here with you both guys. I'm having this shock when you have to learn about another culture, another language, and sometimes it's very difficult for a person like with my age to get adapted. So I can understand some
Right.
of the things that people is they are making struggling for the Mexican and Latino community here in Santa Paula. So I'm here to help. I'm here to develop all these new projects. I want to help my community because I'm here and now I belong here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're very friendly and you're non-intimidating. So I think people will feel very comfortable reaching out with you
Yes.
versus like, him.
I know.
Yes,
So,
I
I'm
have
gonna-
a great boss.
I'm gonna end up. Thank you. I'm gonna end up being the hammer. She's gonna go and sweeten them up and everything, and then I'm gonna tell them, nope, sorry, this is what we can't do. Yeah. No, but she's been great since the first day we met, and she's interviewed a few times with us and kind of filled her in with everything, and she's learning fast. And we were downtown yesterday walking the district, and we kind of looked at things and just try and get a different set of eyes on how we connect with all of our businesses, because sometimes we do tend to not connect with some of our Latino based businesses, and we want them to feel comfortable that they can come to us as well.
Mhm.
And then we can make that connection with the city. We're going to be doing some projects with the city about connecting with businesses in the next few months, so this is a great way to introduce some of these businesses to the projects we're doing. So
Nice.
Yeah.
And welcome to America.
Thank
It's
you.
a great country.
Thank you. I
And
know. Yes.
you know, unfortunately the loudmouths have the podium most of the time, but I think wow.
we joke around.
I
like
know.
that,
I think the overall majority of people in America are, genuine. They're very kind and very welcoming.
Thank
And
you. I appreciate it.
so-
I feel very warm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that wraps things up, especially seeing that you just like thoroughly insulted me.
I was going to say, is there a microphone you don't like?
I don't like microphones. I like lavaliers because
There you
I
go.
don't like something in front of my face.
That's true.
So
I tend to forget when there's one on me. So
Yeah.
But
me too. That's when you go into the bathroom and you're having this conversation.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that on video.
Yeah.
But no, you're doing a great job. I appreciate everything you're doing for us in the community as well. So
Wow. Was that just a
that was
compliment?
a compliment. See, I
Holy
break you
cow.
down and then I build you back up.
Wow.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
You know? So see?
It takes 20 of those to offset the one negative, though, by the way.
But I do it during the week, even if you're not there.
Okay.
So just, I hit my 20 mark when I get here.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right,
stuff.
everybody. That is our show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to check out the calendars at santapaulachamber.com, heritagevalleyca.org, or thomagic.org. And everything is up to date. And come visit because there's a lot happening in Santa Paula.
This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.